friends, Tori here with Rocky Mountain Voice. Several stories out of Colorado this week. Budget cuts, crime, homelessness, energy policy, gun laws, and immigration debates, and we're going to talk about all of it. Here's your Mountain Minute for January 14th. Let's jump in. Energy policy continues to frustrate rural leaders. Mesa County Commissioner J.J. Fletcher says counties are being told to deal with the consequences of Colorado's rapid electrification push, higher utility bills, grid strain, and winter outages, even though counties have no authority over utilities, grid planning, or regulatory timelines. Fletcher formally put those concerns on the record with Governor Jared Polis, asking why counties are responsible for outcomes they didn't design. Check out the original at RockyMountainVoice.com. In Summit County, the sheriff's office is cutting 13 positions after county commissioners approved a reduced budget for 2026. The sheriff emphasized that no frontline patrol, detention, or supervisory roles were eliminated, but the cuts still reduce capacity and come as mountain communities face ongoing public safety demands tied to tourism, population swings, and drug activity. Public safety failures also came up into sharp focus in Jefferson County, where a former Green Mountain High School psychologist was found guilty of sexually assaulting a child. Investigators say the case came to light through a safe-to-tell tip, and the conviction follows multiple charges related to abuse, reinforcing concerns about oversight and safeguards within school systems, especially Jefferson County. Homelessness policy is facing renewed scrutiny as well. A new report from the Common Sense Institute found that Colorado's homelessness crisis is driven far more by illicit drug use, crime, and untreated mental illness than by housing costs alone. The report places Colorado near the top nationally for chronic homelessness, substance abuse, and severe mental illness among homeless populations, challenging long-standing housing-first narratives. Gun policy is also tightening statewide. Colorado is preparing to enforce a new semi-automatic firearm training and eligibility law starting in August of 2026. The program will require background checks, in-person training, and eligibility cards for certain future firearm purchases, with state officials now holding meetings to explain how the law will be implemented. In Aurora, immigration policy debates moved to the city council, which passed a resolution criticizing what it described as federal immigration overreach. While the resolution does not immediately change city policy, it sparked warnings from Police Chief Todd Chamberlain, who cautioned that limiting cooperation with federal agencies could undermine public safety and disrupt existing law enforcement partnerships. Denver lawmakers are advancing a proposal that would ban law enforcement officers from wearing masks while conducting arrests, interrogations, or detentions within city facilities. Supporters argue the measure increases transparency, while critics warn it could create conflicts with federal and state officers and complicate joint operations. Nationally, the Supreme Court is stepping into one of the most contentious cultural debates in the country. The court is set to hear cases challenging state laws that bar biological males from competing in women's sports, decisions that could redefine how sex-based protections are applied nationwide. Another national commentary argues that the real breakdown of law and order isn't coming from protests labeled insurrections years ago, but from rising attacks on immigration and customs enforcement officers enforcing existing law. The piece cites sharp increases in assaults and threats against ICE agents and calls out political leaders and media outlets for downplaying violence against law enforcement. Lots of news today, lots of policy news today. So make sure you check out all these stories and more for all the details. We just skimmed the surface. So head to RockyMountainVoice.com to check out all these stories in full detail. And don't forget to subscribe to the Mountain Minute newsletter. We'd love to see you over there as well. And that's it. We'll see you tomorrow.